but it also... How are we all doing? Welcome in to the Infinite Fusion Hardcore Randomized Nuzlocke Episode 1. We're starting this up. We're doing it hardcore. We're gonna figure out our settings here. This is gonna be the intro. A little bit of the intro episode. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be a banger. I am excited. Let's get into it. So we're gonna figure out some of the settings. We're definitely gonna do randomized mode. We want a area randomization. Randomizes the encounters in each route individually. We want that to keep things fresh. Fuse everything and starters. Include only Pokemon with a custom sprite. You know, we're going to put that on. Yeah, we'll put that on. Allow legendaries on. Starters. Any. Static encounters. On. Gift Pokemon. On. Fuse everything we are going to put on. NPC trainers. Custom sprites only. Yes. Gym trainers. Yes. Gym types. Yes. Re-randomize each battle. Sure. Items on. Found items on. Found TMs given. Items. We'll keep that off. Given TMs. We'll keep that. We'll put that on. Shop items. We're gonna make this the max. We're gonna max that all out. Those settings are correct. 193,000 sprites found. Shuffling. Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I am excited for this. I did play this on stream. You can check out my stream in the description, both on TikTok and on Twitch. If you are coming from the streams, make sure you comment and let me know who's watching. And if you're not, make sure to go check out the streams, because they're pretty funny, they're pretty cool. And also, comment. So, we will get right into the rules. I'll kind of explain all the rules that I use, the ideas and all that stuff about the Nuzlocke. So, I go with a heal limit. I do 3 heals per gym. Now, with a hardcore, I am changing the rules up a little bit. I am going to be able to use unlimited heals outside of a gym. But, when I'm inside of a fight, no heals. None at all. A pure hardcore with a little bit of changes. Because I, personally, am not a grinder. I do not grind my Pokemon. I know, boos and shames, but I personally enjoy Pokemon when you're playing Pokemon. Yes, I know that playing Pokemon is leveling your Pokemon up and fighting them. But I enjoy battling, I enjoy getting catches, I enjoy all that stuff. I don't as much enjoy the grinding. So I will be spawning in money stuff, and I will be spawning in rare candies, so it won't be as much of a hardcore on that end, but just the gameplay will be hardcore, if that makes sense. Obviously, Nuzlocke rules, if you're new to them, we get 1 catch per route. I don't know how many routes there are in this game. I did not pay attention when I played it on stream. But we will be able to catch 1 Pokemon. If that Pokemon faints, it is gone forever. If my full team of 6 wipes and they all die, I wipe. And I have to start from the beginning. So, yes, that's the general rule. You have to name every single Pokemon. I will be naming them either after my stream people, or if you want to comment in the comment section below a name that you want me to name a certain Pokemon, or a certain type, or a certain thing, I will also do that. You can comment your favorite, you can comment your favorite type, you can comment a specific fusion you would like if we see it. Yeah, so those are the general rules of it. I've played this game before, so I kind of know what to expect. That's why I'm going a little bit more hardcore, because on stream, I play with like a 3 heal limit, where I can only use 3 heals in a gym at all. So this is more of the traditional hardcore rule set. Yeah, everything is randomized, so we will find out and see what these crazy things are. So let's get right into it. I'm saying we're going to grab our potion. Shout out Grin for telling me that there's always potions in. I forgot to put my pajamas on. All right, well, first we're gonna put our jammies on, our favorite outfit. Let's do this. Change hat. Red cap. Confirm. And we are going to change our shirt as well. We can't be wearing our pajamas. Only pajamas sometimes, guys. Come on. Don't we all know that? I am, however, going to turn the sound down because it is very loud for me. And I will try my best on stream. I'm a speed up merchant. I get myself in trouble a lot because I speed up way too much. So we are going to work on not speeding up as much and just playing the game. Shout out my boy Azel. I always name my rivals Azel. We're not rivals, but he likes being a part of my game. So let's also, all right. We already are introduced to Azel right here. You got a letter too. I'm surprised they let you in. I assumed they had higher standards. What does that mean, man? What does that mean? Well, I guess there's no point in bragging about mine, man. Anyway, Gramps told me. So here we go to choose our starters. Now, I did also change the game, so now everything is going to be a fused mon. Let's go get our starters. I might hit some random binds because I forget that the binds are different than most of the ones that I play, and it's kind of confusing me. But, I think we go actually up here. There we go. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. Yeah! Come give me a cool Pokemon. Gramps, I'm fed up waiting. Asshole, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come just wait. Alright. Here are our starters. So, let's hope that we get something good. If you're not here from the streams, I am a resident grass-type trainer, unwillingly and unwantingly. The game forces me to be a grass-type trainer. So let's hope that some of these are not grass types. Please, Pokemon gods. Please, no grass types. Please. Duskor. So that's Gliscor and Dusklops. Pretty decent. Ghost flying or ghost ground. Clefwoodo, so Rock Steel or Rock Fairy? And Pipras. So, we either have, and I have on my side, I have the National Dex for this. so that I can look some things up and kind of see what the heck I'm getting myself into. So, Dusclops / Gliscor is actually pretty tanky, and it gets tankier. It is Ghost Flying, which isn't terrible. It's pretty decent. And then we also have... let's see the other ones. We have... Kalefki, Sudowoodo, Steel Rock. Not very great stats. Not very great typing. And then we have Lapras and Piplup, which probably is pretty decent, but scales. So that's either water, straight water, or water ice. And then if it evolves into Empoleon, it's not really that good. So I think we are going to go with Gliscor and Dusclops. I think we're going to go for the left side, because that gives us the best right now, and the best typing, and yeah, I think it's just the better overall choice for right now. Now, this is a ghost type, and there is someone in my chat who might watch this that is a ghost type lover. Now, he likes specific ones. I have a lot of ghost type lovers in my chat, but I think I'm going to name this Salem. I know some of the other ghost type lovers are going to be like, what? But we might not get some of the favorites. So I'm choosing the now rather than the potential. Now we battle. So we are Ghost Flying. He is probably going to have... No, he mixes both of them, I think, right? No, so Clefwoodo. Okay. So... Steel Rock, we are flying, so he has the advantage on us. Let's Nightshade. Fairy Lock? I've never heard of that move before in my life. Now, everybody knows, well, maybe not everybody knows, but the run does not start until you have balls. Once you get balls, once you acquire balls, that is when the run starts. That is when, if you die, it is perma-wipe. So, if we die before that, it obviously does not matter. We level up to level 6 and to level 7. Alright. Salem wants to know Harden. You know, Harden is not always bad to have. So we are level 7 in just under half. Alright, our first battle down. Obviously, that didn't really count. But that is our first battle down. That is a good feeling. We see one go through the net. We have a pretty decent Mon. I think our type coverage, our stats are pretty decent. Let's look at our Pokemon. Now, I don't think our abilities randomize. They do not. Prevents other Pokemon from lowering attack stat. So we are quite specially and defensively tanky. Or special defense and defensively tanky. We have decent attack, not the greatest. Astonish right now is probably better to use. The way on my stream that I did the abilities is I pulled through a random number of abilities. And then I randomized it and debugged in the ability. I personally like having random abilities. It makes it so that certain Pokemon are actually useful, and some can be bad. So I think we are going to do that. I might also just do it this way. So if I go to Pokemon, and I hit debug, and then I hit set primary ability, I can set any ability in this thing. Now, if I close my eyes, I can't see. Who would have thought of that? And if I hit this button, it goes real quick through it. Now, I think the only issue that I had was that sometimes it gets caught at the bottom. And if it does that, I will just continue to, like, make it work. I have no clue how many, like, I think if I do this as well, it skips more. So we're just gonna randomly shimmy it around. Hopefully we'll get something good. Let's see. Toxic boost. Okay. Not... If we get a toxic orb, I believe. Boosts up physical attacks when poisoned. Yeah, so if we were able to get a toxic orb, that would be pretty good. We could level up. We could level up our attack. We could get pretty good damage out. So I'm going to, the way that I usually do the first gym is I have to personally hand level my Pokemon up to the gym's level cap. There is a set level cap already, but just to give myself a little bit of like scaling aspect to it, I do that. So I give myself, or I wait to give myself any type of items or any money or anything like that, because you know, it's fun seeing you have to fight these things. So, ironic, because it's a Pagula, or a Pagula, Parasect, Pagula, but pretty funny because one of the regulars in my chat, one of my moderators on TikTok, is named Paige, and we already have 2 Pokemon that kind of represent them, you know? Pretty funny. But this would not be a great catch. I would not like this. You know, we would not... Tangela and Parasect or Paris are really not ones that we want to see. You know, we would much rather see, like, a catchable, good... like this. A... Krukoil? Wait, so that's a Crocodile? Okay. So that's a Sandile and a Krokorok. Alright. So... it's just a fusion with itself. A fusion within itself. You know, that's pretty interesting. Kind of defeats the purpose of the fusion. So hopefully we don't catch him. I would rather not catch him. I would also rather not catch the Pagula, the Tangela, whatever the hell this thing's called. But yeah, we're gonna get ourselves leveled up. I don't know what the level cap is for the early gym, so we'll have to find that out. But get ourselves. But we'll get ourselves to the next place. We already got ourselves level 8. Power Belt is, I think, good for like leveling or something like that. Now, this would be a great mon to catch. I would absolutely love to catch this mon. A Butterfree Ho-Oh. That would be a great early mon that we could use. One that we could actually utilize, one that we could actually put on our team. Probably one that we could not catch right quick. But who knows? Maybe we could. Maybe not. So, as well as the way that I do the Pokeballs, I allow myself to buy usually roughly 50 balls. I personally like to be able to catch Pokemon. But I know that kind of defeats the purpose of the hardcore, and some people will be like, that's a fake hardcore run, you're a loser. But, you know, sometimes it's okay to be trash-talked in life, because that means that people are jealous of your success. Let's just say that, you know? They're not calling you an idiot. You're not an idiot. You're smart. Work smarter, not harder, as I always say, you know? So, we have 5 Pokeballs. Let's hope that we can get past here without interacting with a Pokemon so we can get more balls. Because if we don't, there is a high likelihood that we will not be able to catch it. Especially if we get involved with Butter-O. It can't believe it's not Butter-O, you know? Alright, so what is our first encounter going to be? It is going to be the Butter-O. Now, it is a legendary. I probably won't catch it. So, that is unfortunate. I don't really know which will do more damage. Okay, we can definitely put it not in the red. That's unfortunate. It is not going to be in the red, but we're gonna leer up, or harden up. We're gonna get ourselves. Now we have to hope that it potentially catches. Maybe it takes Butterfree's catch rate. You know, maybe it's. Maybe. I don't. It's not looking very good. And it's going to whirlwind us out of the battle. Well, if that isn't the most mess first encounter, to open up the series. There we go. That's about as a good of a representation of how my Nuzlocks go all the time. But, you know, we grin and we bear it, and we continue to push forward. We never back down, never what? Okay. A Lycanwrath. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that this guy gave you a random Pokemon. It's been a while since I played Infinite Fusion. But we're going to name this Romance. Romance is a regular in my Twitch and in my TikTok. And I always, from the test of time, have given them the first water type. So there Romance goes. Let's grab some Pokeballs. Let's hope that we can get let's get 15. And we won't need any DNA splicers. We don't have any potions, so that's kind of unfortunate. But I'm playing personally with I cannot under any circumstance unfuse my mon. I did on stream where I had it where the Pokemon were not fused. Some of them were. And I could choose after every battle. But we're not doing that. What we get is what we get, and we can't complain about it. That's how life goes, you know? You can't complain about getting a sneaky mon. Now, I had my game crash previously to this guy, so let's hope it doesn't. But that was because I was running a script to randomize the abilities myself. Also, Lycanroc, I need to randomize his ability. Charmer, Whalmer, and a Charizard. That is quite cursed. I thought there was custom mons only, but I guess not. Let's Nightshade. Let's see if that does more damage. Neither. Growl, he's going to lower my attack. That's perfectly fine. I'm special attacking. El Bozo. That is quite the cursed mon. You know, it's... He's giving me quite the experience boost, which I absolutely will take. Knockoff. Probably just Nightshade. I mean, I probably am griefing, but, you know, one thing that... We got another Pokeball, okay. One thing you guys will find out very quickly if you're new here is that I am not the most widely knowledgeable trainer or Nuzlocker, but I make do with what I have. I have done Ultra Sun, I've done Platinum, I've done Pokemon Unbound, I've done Infinite Fusion, I've done White 2, Heart and Soul, and currently Pokemon Quetzal. That is what I'm streaming currently. So I know quite a little bit. I've got some under my belt. I haven't played any of the games between Ultra Sun and Pokemon White 2, or between Emerald and Platinum. So I'm a little new to the Nuzlocke concept. And, like, playing in my more adult life. I used to play as a kid, but not really anything seriously. But I watch a lot of Nuzlocke content. Mr. Fruit, if you guys have ever heard of him. I've been watching him for a long time, and he Nuzlocks a lot of games. United Plays / United Gamer. Original 151, Dads Being Dudes, Shady Penguin. All of those guys. I watch a lot of their content, so I'm familiar with Nuzlocking. But I'm not really familiar with all of the intricacies and all the move stats and all of that stuff. So yeah, it takes me a bit to learn, but... Pidgey and Sceptile? I'm gonna assume. I don't think I one-shot. Okay. And I get the flinch. That's beautiful. Let's throw a Pokeball at him and hope that it catches. We need you on the team, buddy. We need to start stacking some mons. Please. All right. That is beautiful. That is what we like to see. Now, we're getting all of our regulars out of the way with these names. This will indeed be Ken. Ken is the resident bird trainer. He loves birds. He always asks for birds in my chat. So we are giving him the first bird that we see. What else could we have gotten? A Shuckle Magikarp. That is cursed. A Gyarados Shuckle could have been pretty decent. I don't know how the stats transfer on that, but that could have been cool. So Quillerita. Let's hit it with an Astonish. We need a stab. Oh, he's got Poison Point. That's good for us. That is very good for us. Because we have the Toxic Boost, which is nice. Now, we don't have any... Yanette? Is that Yanetta? Meloetta and... We should just be able to Astonish one shot. Nice, nice. So that should be that guy done. Let's use our only potion. Which is not exactly ideal because we don't have any other potions, but you know. Another Power Belt. Another Power Belt. Now, I don't know if poison kills in this game, but okay, that is wonderful. That is a beautiful sight to see. That is free money in the bank right now. Let's quickly just check our Pokemon's health. It's getting a little bit low. That is a little worrisome. I don't like that. I really do not like this. Please stay with me, buddy. I cannot afford to lose you now. 9 health? Okay. That was a little bit too close for comfort, but, you know, we We made it. That's all that matters. So, now, let's go back. Let's sell first. We can sell our diamond, most likely. And probably the power bands. I don't think, or power belts. We don't need... Yeah, we don't need 3 of those. We can sell those. And then we get a diamond for 10K. That is a massive, massive little chunk of change right there. So, let's get more Pokeballs. Let's get, like... Let's get 25. Get 25 of them. And then, I don't think any of these berries or anything help us. Gets to move first. Bug gem. Full incense. Yeah, nothing really that is majorly useful. So, I believe... The gym is up here. Yeah, the gym's back over here. I don't think we actually fight this gym. Yeah, I think this is the last gym that we fight. Let's check some of these houses. Oh, it doesn't hurt to check these houses. Coming up with nicknames. There's a couple down here. We'll check too. Every now and then you can get a free something out of it. And items are randomized, so you want to know about the 2 kinds? Not really. I don't, you know, appreciate you for introducing me to that concept, but I don't really need to. You know what? Sure. All right, we got 2 orange berries. That's good. You obtained an orange berry. You put on the orange berry. All right, we'll take that. No, I don't really need to learn about any of that. So now we have an orange berry on our head. You know, we're vibing. So let's randomize everybody's ability. Debug. And the unfortunate part is when they randomize, they reset their ability. So we will have to remember what abilities they have. So we're just going to do this. Just get it, like, as random as we can get it. And we're going to choose this. Ice Body. Alright, that's not terrible. So, then we have, primary ability. Whoops. Set any ability. Same thing. Keep it random. Just fully get that thing randomed up. Parental Bond is insane. So, that is crazy. That is an absolute psychopath move right there. So we could get a double quick attack. We can get a double absorb. We can get a double tackle. That's insane to us. So, definitely a W right there. That's an insane sprite. I am in love with that. Poliwrath Lichen Rock. Rock fighting. So, with Ice Body, he has Tackle, Water Gun, Charm. Not the best moveset. Rock fighting, I don't think is a very good type coverage. Let me... And he's... Lichen Rock, Poliwrath. So... Yeah, not... I mean, it's actually not terrible. It's pretty bad. He's got a lot of 2x weaknesses. And his stats are not very cash money. And then we have Pidgey and Sceptile. So that will be a Pidgeot. So we have the left side one, grass, flying grass, or do we have grass flying? Let's check that real quick. We have flying grass. So we got the speed stat. That's great. Ice is the only 4x weakness. We are resistant to grass. We are neutral-ish to fighting water, and then ground we have a complete immunity to. Pretty all right, you know, with parental bond. That's pretty nasty. Let's get Ken leveled up. I don't know what the level cap is, but we shall find out. And I don't think there's any more encounters that we can get around here. Let's just quick attack. We'll double quick attack, right? Yes. That's pretty insane, honestly. A parental bond quick attack for right now. We have priority. It's not stab, but it's really good, at least chip damage, you know what I mean? So, we are gonna fast forward this. Doesn't hurt to fast forward the levels. I don't think anybody complains about that. But yeah, how is everybody? I'm excited to start this up. I'm excited to get this going. I've been talking about it for a long time. It's been something that I've really wanted to start. And as you probably see on my YouTube channel, I already have an Ultra Sun playthrough up. But that was from a stream VOD. And it was a lot of work. And it kind of wasn't as worth my time as I should have done it. Because there's a lot of involvement of editing a VOD. It's different from editing a playthrough like this, where I know where times that I need to cut out, issues that I have. It's not me talking to chat. There's a lot of fluff that you need to cut out in a Twitch VOD. So having an unfiltered, just straight video that you can film yourself is a lot easier. And I think it'll be a better product. And a lot of people watch the streams, so why would you really, in my mind, why would you go and watch a playthrough that you've already seen and you already know what happened and everything like that, if you could watch one that you haven't seen anything on, you know what I mean? So the fact that I'm doing this like behind the scenes, quote unquote, anybody who watches this, it'll be a completely fresh playthrough. So I think it'll just lead to better. It'll lead to a better product, if that makes sense. Bruxish. Well then. So this is our rival battle already, which is a little bit spooky, but you know, we're vibing. So neutral, we will be neutral into if we use that. Water will be effective. Flying Ghost will be. I mean, honestly, I think I could probably just absorb it, and it probably does good damage. I'd say. It's boosting its special attack, which is a little worrisome. Alright. Now we can quick attack, get a guaranteed kill. Oh. It knows Dazzle? I don't know what Dazzle is. Let's just tackle it. Alright. Honestly, we have pretty good speed enough that we can just outspeed most things without quick attack. Alright. There's level 11. Clefrudo. So, Rock Fairy. Honestly, we can absorb. We can absorb it. Right? No. Yeah. Wait, no, he's Steel. Steel Rock. Okay. That's good to know. So, yeah, we can't really deal with him yet. So we get double absorb. That's insane. So we're going to have Mega Drain with double Mega Drain. Obviously, it's going to do less at the end, but that's a pretty insane combo. So Ken will definitely scale. We got to keep Ken alive. 281. That should level us up to level 12. Nice. So we can get past level 12. So it's going to be level probably, I'd say like 14 maybe is going to be the level cap. Now, I know there are wonder trades in this game, so I don't really know how Moonball is decent. Don't really know how I want to do that. On stream, I did it where every time I defeated a gym, I gave myself a kind of like a token for wonder trades. But I don't know, the wonder trades, a lot of them gave kind of stinky encounters. So it wasn't really the most enjoyable thing, and it was basically me just half the time sitting there wonder trading over and 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 over again. But this is a new route. So we have plenty of balls now. We have a weak mon if it's potentially something that we need to knock down. We might be able to get 2 encounters here. That's not the best. I won't lie. I definitely will not lie about that. Krabby Remoraid is probably not at all what we want. It's going to be an Octillery Kingler, which, I mean, probably pretty good attacking stats, but you know, at least it's a water type. At least it's spread coverage for us. That is one of the best things that that we want to get, is we want to get a wide spread of damage. I'm gonna name this B because every single time I encounter a Remoraid, which let me know if this is the same for you guys. I don't know how people say that it's a gun. I don't know how it resembles a gun at all, but you know, to each their own. Now, this was Route 2. This is Viridian City. If I walk up here, this changes to Viridian City. So technically, this is a encounter for Viridian City. I'm gonna get an encounter here, and if it's the same, if it's a crabby Remoraid or whatever, we're gonna get rid of it, or we're gonna realize that this is just all the same grass patch. Or if we can't get anything, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep and be miserable. And it's looking like that's the case. It's looking like those are not actually usable or walk-inable bushes? Grass? Don't really know what I'm saying. But there's also random trades, so maybe, just maybe, this guy, Spearow. Okay, no. I don't have a Spearow. Sorry, buddy. Alright, let's randomize B's Pokemon, which is a Krabby Remoraid, which is just not, could be better, but it will scale. It'll scale. Let's do our randomized. We're gonna try to keep this as because I'm pretty sure it stops at the top and the bottom. But I don't know how to avoid that. We're gonna start there. Swift Swim. That could be useful. In the rain, we get speed boost. That could be good. That could be good. Let's throw out our first poke. Let's throw out Romance. Try to get everybody leveled up as much as we can. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's no... I don't know how many Pokemon there are for the first gym. Now, I know there's a lot of static encounters in this place. I know the mushroom is a static encounter. Or the mushrooms. I know the spider web has a static, and we're gonna get a Palosan Clink or Klinklang. That is actually an extremely good pair. I will not lie. That is a very good pair. So that is ground. So we have... No, we don't have the advantage on it. Okay, well, we're going to knock it down a bit. We're going to fast forward. Okay, yeah, we don't... We can go into Krabby Remoraid. I forget, is Mud Sport? I don't think Mud Sport's an attacking move, right? No. I don't honestly think we can hit him with a water type move. Oh, he knows Absorb. Okay. Well, let's go into... I mean, he's using a lot of Harden, so maybe we can hit him at some point. All right, doesn't even matter. Now this is a really cool mon. I will not lie. That's great for our team. Steel's good to have early. It's a ground steal. You know, pretty good. It widens our type coverage as well. So who would like a Palo Sand and a Klinklang? I think for the first one, if we reach somebody or a Pokemon that we don't know off the top of our head, nobody claims off the top of our head, I'm just gonna name it something from my brain. So we're gonna name this guy Clanker. You know, Clanker the Palosan. Choice specs is insane early game. That is insane. So, before we forget, let's debug set primary. We'll do the same thing. Now, I know it's probably... like, this could seem OP or whatever, but at the same time, I think it's interesting. Because you could have a mon that is very, very reliant on its ability, and it could get a stinky ability. Water Veil, you know, not terrible. I think actually Water Veil prevents the Pokemon from getting a burn. I mean, not terrible. He has Astonish, Absorb, and Harden. Ground Steel, Palosan, and Clang. So it will evolve. It will be a Klinklang, which is pretty good. So yeah, I always allow myself to get the statics that are in here. Get him leveled up. Let's go back and heal ourselves. But yeah, I allow myself to get the statics that are in places. If there is a mushroom or a spider web or something like that, I count them as individual statics. So I get one per route. So like if I get a static from these mushrooms, I get them, or I mean once per game, not route. But I get... that's my entirety of all the mushroom encounters in the game. So if I were to get a static here, like I said, that would be the first one and the only one. So it's a buff early, but is not so much of a buff late game. Right? So, water gun. It's water gun. Sorry, I had to yawn. And we're just going to try to get our Pokemon leveled up. I think that's the best bet. Like I said, I don't know the level cap. I do have level caps turned on. So, it'll just keep us at that cap. We won't have to go over or anything like that, which I really like. That's one of my favorite things about some of these ROM hacks, is they kind of do the hard part for you, which I love, because the worst thing to me is having to grind or having to, like, waste that time and that energy instead of playing the game. You know, and I know... I know that's not a technically correct way to play the ones, but it's ones that I enjoy. And as they say, a Nuzlocke is your own things, you know? If you don't like how Nuzlocks are and you would think something would be better, change them. Do them differently. It is a you thing. It's not, there is a global rule, but it's a guideline. It's not a rule. So if you ever find yourself wanting to try out Nuzlocks, or you ever want to play a more difficult style of Pokemon, absolutely try it out. And do it the way that you would find fun and you would strike your fancy, you know what I mean? Don't force yourself to play in a way that you just wouldn't enjoy or would suck the fun out of Pokemon, because Pokemon is meant to be fun. Here's our static encounter. What is it going to be? A Cresselia Kabuto, I think. Well then. Psychic and water. So that will be a Kabutops and a Celia. Could be pretty decent. It is Psycho Cutting. That's decent. I think we kill this thing unless we... Maybe we can go to B and try bubbling it. But it's water type, so I don't really want to go into... I don't want to blind swap into Clanker. I think I can get away with swapping it to B. Fusion. That's kind of risky. I will not lie. I will not lie. That is kind of risky to stay in. I do have Oranberry. Yeah, I'll just use an Oranberry. Better off using an Oranberry just to scout. Psycho Cut. Okay. I am very glad that I swapped there, because if I did not, I would have gotten absolutely headshot. So, I don't personally think that we're going to be able to catch this, I will not lie, because it's probably got Cresselia's catch rate, I would assume. And it's boosting its evasiveness, which is not fun. That's 2 jiggles. Fusion. I mean, there's always a chance, you know? There is always a chance. Will it be now, or will it be never? Confuses me. Am I able to, like... Yeah, I don't think I can hit it with anything. Premier Ball, maybe it's Bougie. And I don't really have a lot of heals, so... And you know what? I might actually be able to tank at least one with... Oh yeah, I can take something with Clanger. And I might be able to absorb and not kill it. Okay. Astonish. right? All right, that's in the red. It's gonna have moonlight though, which is really annoying. But that's in the red. That's as much as we can hope for. Put ourselves in the best position, you know. Do we have any more berries? Pecha berries. Yeah, I don't really think... Yeah, I think we might just have to run from this guy. Well, that's not what we like to see. You know, I probably should have swapped before that into a faster mon. That's all on me. You know, that goes to show my unintelligence. And he's really not even that slow. You know, sometimes it happens, you know? Sometimes good mons get killed by better mons. And sometimes you don't have heals because of your game. Sometimes that's the way the cookies crumble. And, you know, you just gotta eat them regardless of the way that they crumble because they're good anyways, you know? So... that does hurt, though. I won't lie. That definitely is a painful loss to the team. I cannot lie to you guys. Well, let's continue on. So, we do have a spider trap, or a spider web encounter eventually somewhere that we can get. I don't know where the next spider web is. Also, a bunch of choice specs, which is pretty crazy. Oh. And a Cresselia again. I mean, that would have been a great mon to have. It really is a pain in the buttocks. But, you know, you can't... These early ones, I really shouldn't be risking. I should be just taking. You know what I mean? I have enough Pokemon right now. I shouldn't be risking the... extra encounter, because a guaranteed Pokemon is better than a chance Pokemon, in my mind, and I did not listen to my mind. You know, I was an idiot, and that's what you get rewarded for being an idiot, in the worst ways. So, you know, we're still on Route 2, so no new encounter. Now we are in Pewter City. Let's go to... I don't think we don't need to heal up, but we might as well just to keep ourselves being smart, you know. So yeah, that's definitely a rough instance. We have 4 Pokemon. Good having 4 Pokemon, but you know, it's not the best having 2 encounters that we could have had. Quick Ball is amazing, though. A somewhat different Pokeball that analyzes a wild Pokemon. I've never heard of that. That's pretty interesting. But we do have Quick Balls here, which is absolutely scrumptious. We love to see Quick Balls. Let's sell these poison mushrooms, I guess. We can sell our bug gem, because I never use ones. I know. Probably should keep stuff, but I think it's better being sold than not. Let's buy 10 Quick Balls. And this was the one thing I did notice in my playthrough, is that with the shops being randomized, it does lead to some added toughness because you can literally not get anything. So we might have to spawn ourselves in potions. A shady old man. Oh yeah, we do get a buy encounter here. We can buy somebody's Magikarp or something like that. There's also the fossil, and then there's the gym up here. So we can take on the first gym here after we get our next couple of encounters. I believe there's a route up to our right. Yeah, Route 3, and then there's a guy here that sells us a Magikarp or something. I don't know where he is, but let's get our first encounter of this area, and hopefully it's something good and catchable. That is good and catchable, and that is level 20, levels up. It's a Torterra Magikarp. That's what we like to see, you know? I am absolutely happy with that. We already have somebody that I'm going to name this after. I absolutely know exactly who I'm naming it after. But let's get to business. Let's tackle it. Let's capture this guy. We can do a water gun, surely. Yeah. And let's tackle him one more time. Get him in the red. That's perfect. He's gonna withdraw. That's a W. Let's swap to Salem. He's gonna wanna probably razor leaf us. Yep. That shouldn't do much. Now we can throw a Pokeball. I'm gonna save quick balls for Pokemon that are probably gonna be pretty tough to catch. I think that's the smartest thing to do because they cost a lot. But that's a W. Magiterra on the team. That is really good. We got our ground type gone, or we lost our ground type, but we figured one out in a water ground type, which is pretty insane. And this will go to the GOAT Sunny. The absolute GOAT Sunny. He knows who he is. Everybody knows Sunny. He gets a well-deserved frickin' Torterra. I'm sure he's going to be happy to see that. But yeah, let's keep going. We're gonna try to farm up. You know, let's get some levels on our people. Let's hope we can get some levels up. So we're gonna go over here and we'll farm up. Who else could we have gotten on here? A Cyndaquil Yanmega or Yanma. I am absolutely thrilled that we did not catch that because I would have been very upset if I caught that and then I saw a frickin' Well, let's go to romance. Holy crap. Bro's hit me with the frickin' crit tackles. Let's water gun. It's a bug type. Alright. Perfect. That should give us decent bit of XP. B gets leveled up. And I know there is, like, that's the biggest trade-off is with not leveling your Pokemon up like this for the whole entire game. You get griefed with your EVs and IVs and stuff like that. So I know what I'm getting myself into, and it's a good trade-off. Like, yeah, I cheat stuff in, but it also... Who could have foreseen these consequences of my... Well, I apologize, B, for, that. You guys... Clanker and B lasted a very long time. We're already going through absolute pain and suffering. All right, let's first remember to randomize its ability. Close our eyes. Yeah, that's not what we like to see. I can't see right now, but I know I can't. I wish I didn't see before that, because that's not what we like to see. Imposter. I mean... not terrible. You know, that kind of... It's actually kind of decent, you know? But that hurts. That is a definite rough shake right there. A rage. I think it raged into bite or something like that and one-shot me, but... You know... Okay. Well, so much for... So much for Sunny's lovely Pokemon. Oh yeah, I can't be switched out. Let's just absorb them. Still can't swap out. Let's constrict it. Now we can swap. Let's gust. Shot. Yeah, that's a painful one, you know. And now knowing that Sunny has imposter. Not the best. Ice electric. What a freaking... What a guy right there. Ice electric. That's rough for us. Let's go here. Hopefully we can just bite him. Oh my god, he's missing. Holy crap. Oh my god, that was actually, like, insane. He just missed all of his abilities, or all of his moves. Yeah, that's... I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure in all of the randomizers that I play, the abilities get randomized. No. Yeah, we'll just keep it the way that it is. So any ability is going to get randomized over time. So, like, or not over time, sorry. Any ability is going to get randomized or not get randomized when they evolve, so it'll stay the same. I did on my personal run, on my stream, if they okay, not pursuit. If they randomized, or if they got an ability, I would then randomize it, but I have to randomize again, or not randomize. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I think the way that I'm going to do the abilities is I'm just going to keep the abilities all throughout the same. Even though in some randomizers, they randomize the ability per Pokemon, because each Pokemon has a different ability. But I'll just keep it the same. And I'll just have to remember the abilities that they have. So, Toto Shrew. So, Totodile and Sandshrew. So, water ground, most likely. Right? Yeah. Let's bite him. Should do a amount of damage. And then let's go to Ken. Water, ground, we can grass type him. Absorb. Parental bond, absorb. Really is insane that we got, like, this is gonna kill him probably. Yep. So cool. Alright. We're getting some XP. Oh, okay, I guess we're rematching. I guess that's what we're doing here. Let's go to Salem, actually. Let's knock off. And astonish. It's gonna pursuit. That shouldn't kill us. Let's bite. Kill. And then we are going to stay in, I think, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna swap to Ken. Oh, nice. We're faster, so we heal. Yeah. Howl. All right. Let's run back. Go get more heals. And I think there's a cave up here, if I'm not mistaken. I believe. Bum, 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 bum. But yeah, how's everybody's day going? If you're watching this, let me know where you're watching this from. Are you watching it from the Discord? Are you have you randomly stumbled upon my channel and you're like, wow, this guy's really cool and he's freaking really good at Pokemon, surely. He's surely not really bad at Pokemon, getting all of his Pokemon killed within the first 30 minutes of his playthrough. Surely you guys are saying the opposite, right? You guys are, like, hyping me up, right? Whoops. Forgot that my debug thing is on. Oh, here's the Magikarp guy. I think, right? Hello there, I've gotten a deal just for you. 500 bucks for a Magikarp. Okay. That is lovely. I mean, it's with a golem, but it's a Garchomp golem. So is that going to be ground dragon or rock dragon? Or rock ground or dragon ground? Hopefully it's dragon rock, dragon ground. I think it's going to be rock ground. That's not the best typing, but that's a Garchomp, and that's an early Garchomp. That's insane. I'm going to name this guy we're going to name him Dwayne. That's Dwayne right there. All right. So, let's check. Please be... He's rock ground. Not really the best. He also only has splash for some reason. Yeah, that's really not the best. Rock ground is a pretty bad type coverage. Water gets out, or he gets absolutely obliterated by water. But at least we have a ground type, you know, at least. And it's a Garchomp, so it has good stats. Let's set his ability. Whoops. Let's get his random ability going. I should just be doing it this way. Well, maybe I'll just do this. This works. I'll just do it this way. Skill Link. I think that's pretty useless. Increases the frequency of not actually. Okay. Let's swap them in here. You know what? I do actually prefer... Alright. I do prefer getting a Garchomp. Even if he's bad. Even if he's with a Golem. You know, it's still a Garchomp. So yeah, he's super high attack. He's not very fast, but he's pretty defensively bulky, decently HP wise. But yeah, he hits hard. Just, you know, really not a good type coverage. Grass, water, both 4 times weakness, 2 times weak to fighting, ground, ice, and steel. We've got an immunity to electric, which is good, and a freaking resistant to poison. But, you know, not really much to gawk at after that. It's kind of... Assault Vest is really good for us. Holy crap. That's like special events, but prevents the use of status moves? Absolutely. I might even give that to Salem and just make him a super tank. Or do we give that to Dwayne and make him a tank? No. I think we give that to Salem. Status moves? That's perfectly fine with us. We're fine with not using status moves. Bump, 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 bump. Duo. Okay. Send in him, and then we'll swap to... What is it? Flying Psychic? Yeah, we're going to Salem. Doesn't affect us. Get an Astonish off. Peck, same thing. Doesn't really hurt us. That should give us pretty good XP on Dwayne. Learned Rock Polish. Dragon Rage. Also, speaking of Dragon Rage, there is a Dragon Rage clause. There's a soundproof Dragon Rage. If you die before, like, the first gym with Dragon Rage, you're chilling. You're absolutely vibing, you know? It's not... Honestly, I think we can just Dragon Rage kill him. Yeah. But I can use him. Give us some good XP! Steamroller. Oh my god. Dragon Rage, same thing. Oh. Usually I take Dragon Rage out, but we can't do that, so. Alright, so I still want to know what, oh, he's fairy type. He's fighting fairy, so we can go into Ken. Be able to get a good little gust off on him. Okay. Gust should one-shot, I feel. No, it does not. Okay, we're chilling. We are chilling. That should give us some XP. No. Why did that not give us any XP? That's weird. Like I said, I don't know what the level cap is for the gym. I probably should look it up. In fact, I am. Infinite Fusion Tracker. And if you guys see me look up or look over, it's because I have my type chart up and then I have the Infinite Fusion Dex on my left monitor. So I don't actually know what the level cap is here. But we must be getting pretty close to the level cap because we're all level 12, I think, now. Yeah, we're all level 12. So what's Steamroller? This attack may make the target flinch. Rock Polish is pretty decent. Tackle Charm, not really the best moveset as of right now. Decent moveset. This is a pretty good moveset for us, even though we don't have Stab on him. He's still pretty good, but Imposter really hurts us. Also, if you guys see me spamming this, it's because I'm not used to the controls on this game. I've been playing Heart and Soul and Pokemon Quetzal on stream. I've been doing a Heart and Soul Soul Link with Grin. Holy crap, that's a sick-ass Pokemon. But yeah, I've been doing that, and it's on MGBA, so the stuff is different. I think 12 might be the level cap. Also, holy lord, this is insane. Ominous Wind. Just keep Dragon Rage killing. Yeah, I think we're at the level cap. We are at the level cap. That's why I have... I mean, luckily, I have been getting pretty dang lucky on all of my runs with stream. I've been getting slackings a lot. But I really want a Regigigas, man. I think Regigigas is so cool without his ability. I like those, like, heavy-hitting normal type, like, goofy but kind of cool, ominous Pokemon. If you don't know, my favorite Pokemon is Urshifu. I am big into MMA. I'm big into martial arts. Watch like every single UFC fight card, even the bad ones. And yeah, I just can't get enough of that. And when they released Urshifu and I saw him for the first time, I was like, that's my favorite Pokemon right there. That's a cool ass Pokemon. Because it's a freaking, it's a martial arts bear. Who couldn't get enough of that? And my favorite types are dark types. I do love dark types. So it's just cool. I don't know, it's just cool. It's just a cool Pokemon. And it evolves from this cute little freaking guy, you know? Just a little handsome guy. So, in the battle, we cannot heal at all. So, let's see how it goes. I honestly think we are just going to Dragon Rage kill everything. It's kind of cheese, but if it works, it works. You know what I mean? I got it. I haven't gotten killed by it yet, so I can't complain about Dragon Rage Claws. Yeah. So his Pokemon is going to be level 12. That's good. Lycan Buskin. I feel like they could have done Lycuskin instead of Lycan Buskin. I'm Lycan Bustin. Alright, Brock. Here we go. This is our first gym fight. Let us see how it goes. I'm hoping that he has no crazy broken mons that one-shot kill us. I think for this, I'm not going to use Dragon Rage. It's pretty cheese, so we're going to fight around it. Granted, it is in the game. It's on my Pokemon, but we're going to try to maneuver our way around it. Again, we cannot heal in the battle. So, there's that. Let's see. I mean, he's pretty freaking good statistically. His stats are insane. His stats are insane as well. But like Parental Bond with that high speed is crazy. But we don't really have a lot of good moves on him, and he's just so... Don't really have good moves on him. Sunny as Imposter, so I think we just send in these guys. And hope that they don't have, like, an electric type or something that really could... And, of course, the first Pokemon that they send out is an electric type that could potentially deal some good damage to us. So... Alright, we're chilling. We have a Assault Vest, so the electric is not really going to even do that much to us. We're going to send out Ken just to spread damage so we don't get somebody low and then have to swap in. Look at that. Look at that. Two absolutely mint matchups. We get Grass, Ghost. So if we swapped into Ghost, we would have a Granted, he would have one as well. But there is Brock. Done. That is our first gym of infinite fusion. Hardcore. That's our first one. We have maybe lost some Pokemon. You know, maybe. Maybe. But that was before it. And we got U-Turn, which is insanity. That's crazy to get. Holy crap. See, like, we get the premium Wonder Trade tokens. I'm not using those because they're kind of whack. Maybe under niche circumstances where I get a dupes, we can use the Wonder Trade to get rid of the dupes. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, I think that is going to end off episode 1. Added some deaths, you know, humbled ourselves a little bit. We got to play a little bit more locked in. You know, we can't be so loose. Granted, those were kind of... One of them was avoidable. The other one, not so much. But, yeah. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this so far and you want me to keep doing it. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Check out my Twitch and my TikTok. I post clips on my TikTok and on here. Obviously, you probably have seen my YouTube shorts. Make sure to let me know if it was a good episode in the Discord as well. I'll post all the links in the description. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. This will probably be a weekly thing. I'll figure out the uploading schedule. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Keep being yourselves, and I appreciate you guys. And yeah.